guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am going to show you what I have bought this week to feed my family. So I have done a massive food haul. I spent £140 in Tesco's, and I would say what I have got is going to last us a good 10 days. So as I've mentioned in my previous food hauls, I do get top up from Milk and More 3 times a week. I get milk, which I get normal milk, almond milk and oat milk. I get some bread and I also get some eggs. The reason I do that is because we were always running out of those things, which would mean I would pop down to the shop to get more, and I would end up picking up lots of extra things which you didn't need, which then meant I was spending so much more on my food shop every single week. So like I said, everything I've bought here is probably going to be for about 10 days worth of food. With everyone being at home at the moment, I feel like my food bill has got so much higher, but also I do find that there are not as many offers on at the moment that there usually are. I guess supermarkets don't have to do that at the moment. When I buy my weekly food shop, I always meal plan. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you'll know how I do love a meal plan. I feel like that A, keeps costs down, B, is like minimal waste, because I know that everything I have got is for specific meals in a week, so everything gets used up. And also it just stops the temptation when I go shopping for me picking up other things down the aisle. I always go and do the shopping myself, because if I sent Chris, he would easily double our food shopping bill. Whenever I shop, I'm not brand fussy. I will buy the supermarket's own brand products, but also if and when there are offers on, I do find quite often that branded goods are sometimes more reasonably priced than at supermarket own brand. So it's definitely worth just keeping an eye out and seeing what's on offer. I also usually do an online shop, but at the moment, obviously with everything going on, I have been finding I've been going into store quite a lot more. So this week when you watch my food haul, you'll notice I have got quite a lot of sort of premium products in there. I have been buying lots more salmon and smoked salmon and mackerel and corn-fed meats. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm just trying to be really healthy at the moment, and I'm someone who's not really like massively keen on breakfast. I usually eat breakfast just because it's breakfast time and I feel like I should be having something. But recently I've been trying to just eat when I'm hungry, and I feel so much better for it. But then when I do eat, which is normally around 11 AM in the morning, I like to have a big, substantial, really healthy meal, which is why I have been going for the kind of more premium cuts of meat and fish, which is also probably why my food shop was quite a bit more expensive this week. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe. I post loads of different videos like this. Also over on my Instagram, I do lots of foodie things too. So would love to have you on both. So yeah, let's see what I bought. Okay, so starting with the breakfast, I have got our Weetabix, so the Tesco own brand Weetabix. The boys love that. It's literally their favourite breakfast ever. I've got 2 sets of bagels. I've got some of this really nice rye and mixed seed sourdough bread. That's more for like Chris and I, because the boys like to eat that. And as well, they like to have the one that the milkman delivers. I've got some eggs for us. I've got 2 lots of butter because we get through this so quickly. And then I've also got 2 lots of bacon as well. These are probably more like weekend breakfast. So these probably go into the freezer and then we just take them out whenever we need them. I've got a couple of things I wanted to show you here, because I'm not really eating breakfast at the moment. I'm kind of doing like, I wait until about 11 o'clock and then I have a really big meal. But if I want a little something in the morning, then sometimes I have just a little bit of yogurt with some pumpkin seeds on top and some flax seeds. It's a really nice combination, and it just kind of gives me a little bit of something in the morning if I want it. I also have these sometimes in the evening if I want a little like sweet treat. I'll have these with a little bit of honey on them as well. Next up, this is kind of the miscellaneous pile. So I wanted to get 3 different lots of herbs, because Chris made us a little herb garden out of a pallet the other day, and it's only got 1 bit of mint in it. So I wanted to get these ones to plant outside, so I always have some herbs to go to. I'll also use these in quite a lot of my cooking this week as well. And then I bought some fruit for the kids. So I've got 2 lots of apples. That's their favourite go-to fruit snack. If I buy anything else, it tends to kind of go off a little bit, unless it's mangoes. I forgot to buy mangoes. Oh, the boys are going to be devastated. I've also got them some grapes as well, and then they always love cucumber for snacks. They just cut them up and share them as their like mid-morning snack. I also had to get some more toothpaste, so I've got that. And then also as snacks, we like to have olives as well, so we all just like have a couple of olives and like snack on those if you're feeling a bit peckish. Also after dinner, when it's like evening time and watching a movie, these are a really good little snack as well, because they really do just hit like a little spot, and you kind of don't need to then have something sweet, as these are perfect. Okay, so over here we've got some lunches. So for lunch, it's a little bit all over the place at the moment, because sometimes I will do our main meal for lunch and we'll have a smaller dinner, and vice versa. Just depends really how our day's going, and if I just want to get the kind of bulk cooking out the way at lunchtime. So what I have got here is some wraps, so I can do some little quesadillas. So I've got some refried beans here, and then I'll use some of this cheese to put on top of that, put it in the pan and then flip it over, and it's done. All the boys can have some cucumber and some ham and some soft cheese wraps, really, really nice. Or another quesadilla idea that's really nice is to do wraps, some harissa, and then grate some halloumi in there as well. Really, really tasty. Also, I've only got 1 pack of wraps, but I do have lots of bread as well. So if the boys want a bagel for lunch, they can do all of these different things on the bagel as well, like the ham and cheese bagel. And the milkman brings some bread as well, so they can use lots of these different things with different bread options as well. Right, it's such a big order that I've actually got some of my stuff on the floor here. So I'm trying to be really healthy at the moment. So when I have, like, I'm having 1 main meal a day, which I usually have at lunchtime, and then these are the kind of things I've been having, and I've just been absolutely loving it, and I feel great. So if I make myself a salad, I'll put some fish in there. So I use some like mackerel, or I've got some salmon, and also some smoked salmon as well. I've got some chicory. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely delicious in a salad. Baby gem lettuce and some wild rockets, some mixed tomatoes, and also some grilled artichokes here as well. And then I don't know if you've ever tried these before, but this salad topper is so, so good. And then I've also got some avocados. So with this, what I will also do is, if I want to have some rice and then a piece of salmon, avocado, and like a poached egg or a boiled egg or something like that, that's a really, really yummy meal as well. Like I said, this is really versatile. If the boys want to have some smoked salmon and cream cheese on bagels, they can. Yeah, and like the kids absolutely love mackerel as well. So Rory often has this for lunch. If I'm having it, he will always want that as well, and Jamie also really enjoys it, but not quite as much as Rory does. This whole section here just makes me happy, and it makes me feel like so healthy. Okay, so let's do dinners. So I always ask the kids what they want in their weekly shop, what they want for their dinners. First thing they say is toad in the hole. Second thing they say is fajitas. So every week we pretty much have that, or I say like maybe every 10 days. So these sausages, I've got 2 meals here. These ones are going to be toad in the hole. I make some mash, and then all I need out of my cupboards is some flour, which I've got some eggs and some milk as well to make my hole. And then that is my toad in the hole. I kind of just mash those up a little bit. These are all-purpose potatoes, so you can pretty much do everything. You can bake them, you can boil them, you can mash them. They're really, really good to buy because they're just all-rounders. And then my second meal here is going to be a sausage tray bake. So what you do is you cut your potatoes up into little cubes, and then you roast them with your sausages along with like roughly chopped up peppers, some garlic, and some onion. It's really, really tasty, and it's really filling as well. So we have this quite a lot, and the kids love it. So we got 10 sausages in here. So the boys are quite greedy actually, so they usually have like 2.5 each. Chris has 3, and then I'll usually have 2 sausages as well, and then that's all of those sausages used. So yeah, these won't be like meals one after each other, because I'll probably put 1 lot of sausages into the freezer and then take them out maybe in like 10 days or so, because I've got a lot of meals here. Next up, like I said, the boys always choose fajitas. So I bought this Old El Paso fajita kit. It's got everything in here that you need. It's a smoky barbecue mild one. It comes with tortillas, seasoning mix, and some salsa as well. So I've got some avocados, which you saw earlier. So I'll just mash one of those up to make my guacamole. And then instead of using chicken, I like to buy the turkey breast strips. It's just a little bit different to having chicken in them. Slice up some peppers and some some onion, fry them all off in the seasoning mix and serve them up maybe with some spicy rice on the side or something like that. So this next meal I'm going to make is pretty similar to my sausage tray bakes. It's going to be a chicken tray bake. So in this pack we've got some chicken thighs, which are down here, and some chicken drumsticks as well. So what I do is I season them with a little bit of olive oil, some salt and some paprika, and I rub all of the mixture into the skins, and then I'll pop those into the oven or my air fryer, and I'll cook them for about half an hour or so until the skin is really nice and crispy. And then I'll just boil up some broccoli on the side, and then I serve it with rice. What I do with my rice is I cook it in some vegetable stock. That way it's adding loads of flavour to the rice. But what I'm going to do, because I'm trying to eat a little bit less carbs now, is I'm going to make this cauliflower rice. So literally I'll just blitz up this cauliflower and it makes really, really yummy rice. So I'll serve this lot to the boys, and I will make myself, like I said, some cauliflower rice instead. Okay, so here my plan is to make, I've never actually tried this before, so it's going to be a first when I do make it, but I'm going to be making lasagna, but instead of using pasta sheets, I'm going to finely slice up this butternut squash. So I have got some beef mince here, and then I'll make my white sauce out of some flour, butter and milk. I'll add some tomatoes into my beef mince to make it kind of nice and saucy, along with some beef stock and some soy sauce, some Lea Perrins, and maybe a little bit of Marmite as well, because that's delicious in here. And then I will just do my layering process, but like I said, I'll be using a butternut squash as my pasta layer instead of pasta. I probably am going to cook this in the slow cooker actually, because I'm not sure how long the butternut squash will take to cook through. So if I just put it on like low for 7 hours, then I know it's definitely going to be 100% cooked. So I'll put this on my Instagram actually when I make this meal and show you guys how it turns out. Okay, next up, I forgot to buy burger buns. But I am making burgers. So I'm going to be making minted lamb burgers. So what I will have to do is go and buy some burger buns when I make this meal. So I will literally combine, I'll finely chop up an onion and some garlic, and then I will just mince together all of that stuff, mix it all together with my lamb mince and some mint sauce as well. We'll cook them on the barbecue, and then to construct the burger, you have to have gherkins in there. You have to have tomatoes. Also, you have to have some lettuce, and then we'll probably serve them on the side with some wedges or some spicy rice. That is going down really, really well in my house at the moment. So yeah, but like I said, I do need to go and buy some burger buns. This next meal is going to be a stir fry. I love this meal so much because, as you can see, it's just packed full of veggies. So I always make my own stir fry. So I just finely slice up some carrots, some broccoli, and also some Brussels sprouts. I promise you, even if you don't like them, they add so much flavour to this dish. And then I also add in these bean sprouts. And then I've got some rice noodles here instead of some wheat noodles, just to be a little bit different. And then I make up my own sauce for this. So I will just pop in some garlic, some ginger. I think I'm going to make like a kind of peanut buttery one. So I will link the recipe to my sauce that I make down in my description box actually. But yeah, I think I'm going to make this a little bit peanut buttery. I will link it down below with all the quantities you need as well. But it's really, really tasty, and it's so healthy. Okay, so this next meal is going to be a bit of a lazy dinner or lunch. This could be actually. So what I did is I bought these little raviolis. These are spinach and ricotta and pine nuts raviolis. And then what I do is I literally just fry some asparagus and some tomatoes in some olive oil, like loads of olive oil, because that's where it adds all the flavour. You also want to add some garlic in here, and then once these are cooked through, you just add them to your pan, mix everything together, have some grated cheese on top and serve it up. It's so tasty. And like I said, this could be like a lunch or dinner. If we had this for our lunch, we would probably have like a smaller dinner, because even though you think 2 packs, is that enough for 4 people, they are really filling. And when you add it together with all of this stuff, it's quite a substantial meal, I think. Next up, we're going to make some pizzas. These are our favourite thing. I'm going to link my video to the pizzas, the homemade pizzas. They take 15 minutes and they're really fun to do. So we've got this bread flour. So I just use that to make the pizza base, and then I have got different selection of salamis to put on top and some cheese as well. I also actually over here have this harissa paste, so I could add that onto the base of these as my tomato paste, or I will add some just some tomato puree that I've got already, or you can get some passata and then put some oregano and garlic in there and add that as well. But yeah, really fun meal to make, and the kids get involved. You get do some kneading on your surface of the dough, but it's also a very quick meal too. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and it gave you some meal ideas. As you can see, I have loads of different meals here to cook up this week, and I feel like I'm really excited to make them. I now need to decide which one I'm going to make first. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.